Okay, in today's video, we're going to go through what I stand for. And this is essentially going to be a brief disclaimer for the videos that are going to come over the next few months. Because I want to make it clear what I stand for and the fact that some of the stuff I'm talking about is going to go against a little bit of taboo, a little bit of social stigma, and I just want to kind of openly talk about it before we go ahead, just so I don't get loads of blowback, essentially. So my coaching style is all to do with honesty, transparency, and trust. As a lot of you guys will know, if you've followed me for any length of time, you'll know that I'm very honest and very open about stuff. And I like to feel that if someone asks me a question, I'll be completely honest with my answer, even if it means I look a bit of a dick. Because me being open and honest allows a lot of other people to learn from my mistakes. So that's what I'm trying to do here. This is not me trying to preach or think that I'm some sort of expert, because I'm not. I'm just trying to be honest and transparent with the stuff I know at this point. So with that in mind, the next point I want to make, I am not a doctor. We all know I'm not a doctor, definitely not. But that also means I'm not bound by a tight code of ethics about things I can talk about. So I can literally talk about anything. So we are going to get into a lot of drug talk. We are going to push back against a lot of things that some people hold very close to their core values, and potentially the way society is conducting their behavior. So for example, one of the first things I want to go into is a female contraceptive medication, when that was first brought about into circulation, and sort of the attitude towards women at that point, and why we need to discuss it now in 2021, when girls are wanting to go out and be empowered and gain muscle and look great, because that wasn't the attitude in the 60s. So the whole system is flawed, and that's going to really push back against the way we are told to be in society. You know, you're a teenager, you don't want to get pregnant, take birth control. Let's reconsider that. So, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I don't try and confess to it. I don't even try and confess to be an expert. If I'm going to be completely honest, I dropped out of university in second year and actually hated it, and I was only studying sports business management. I am completely self-educated, never even had a coach. So this is literally not me standing on a soapbox saying, I know right, I'm awesome. This is me just saying, I've had a lot of questions as I've gained more knowledge. And it's really made me look at the way we operate as a society, or maybe think as a society towards drugs, hormones, lifestyle, and what is now considered normal, which is essentially being overweight and very unhealthy. And I question as why we're considering that normal, and as things have changed. So this is essentially me thinking out loud in videos to you guys, to help you guys think of other questions. I want you to try and question things. Ask me questions. This is not me dictating. It's not me trying to be your father or tell you what to do. This is me essentially being like my mum. So my mum likes to say, I'd rather you didn't do these things. For example, going drinking underage, as most of us did, which is against the law and it's against society. But the way my mum chose to go about it and to educate me was to say, look, I don't mind you drinking as long as I buy it for you, so I know how much you're drinking. If you take the piss and you get too much and you come home drunk, then I know you've not got it from me and I'll stop buying it for you. So therefore, I was always aware that I had a limit, I was allowed to do it, and it allowed me to do it essentially more safely. And not just lie and do it anyway, like most of the other kids were doing. Then got a little bit older, it was like, do you want me to take you to town? And it was to take me to town so she knew I was actually in town. Because again, a lot of the other kids were lying and doing it anyway. But then, if shit hit the fan, can't ring the parents for help because they're lying about where they are. So this is how I've been raised. So this is the approach I'm going into this with. I'd rather you didn't take drugs. I'd rather you didn't take steroids. I'd rather people didn't eat junk food, but you're gonna do it anyway. And things are so accessible now that these guys will not help you because they're ethically bound not to. And some of them are quite old-fashioned in their beliefs. So they'll turn around and say, well, taking steroids is not gonna help you. You're taking drugs, you shouldn't do that, it's illegal. All right, that is true, that is a very true point, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm just gonna lie to you that I'm just gonna do it anyway. So what I'm trying to do is allow people to have an open, honest space where you can come to me and tell me anything and I'll give you advice on it. And this brings on to the final point. I want to share but not dictate. I'm going to try. And I also identify that my handwriting is shit, by the way. So if anyone feels the need to highlight that, I know. I've been writing this way for a long time. So I want to just share where I'm at with a lot of this stuff. Because as I say, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained. And some of this stuff is not quite clear. We're drawing conclusions for bits of information we have at this point with some of the stuff. Some of the stuff's concrete. The post you've seen recently with me and the testosterone levels spiking up within 24 hours as an experiment just to be able to show it in black and white, that is real. That is complete proof and evidence there. So it's an evidence-based statement. Some of this stuff will be opinion-based. So I understand that's going to get some criticism and some blowback. If you are better educated than me and you do have some evidence, please share. Don't just come at me like a dick, because I'm not trying to pretend that I know everything. I'm just trying to share some information that I've learned at this stage to try and help some people and make them question things so they can go and help potentially learn. So don't come at me in the comments box like a dickhead, because it's just not necessary. I'm not going to have a back and forth argument, and I want to actually discuss things. If you know more than me, please feel free to share it with me and everyone else, because that's what I'm trying to do here, trying to help people learn. So I don't need someone just give me a load of shit on Instagram because they think they know right, or because they were told this down the gym or something silly like that. If you've got a real evidence-based statement to make and I'm incorrect and you know that, not just because your opinion says that or your values say that, then please discuss. A great example of this is the fact that I don't drink and I don't smoke. It's not because it's for health reasons, I just don't like them. That's my choice as an adult. And this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys with all this stuff. I'm trying to allow you to have informed decisions, and I'm trying to present you with as much information as I can about subjects that are often not talked about, because we don't seem to be talking about a lot of these things. They're not questioned, and we have these sort of ideas in our head that is how society tells us to be, but it's not necessarily right for every single person. So what we need to do is just allow people to have a free space to be themselves and do what they want to do and whatever the hell makes them happy. So in summary, guys, the videos I'm going to put out over the next few months, I say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist, I am completely self-educated, and I'm just trying to essentially brain dump this into videos to help you guys get to the same point I'm at, where you're sort of questioning a lot of the things that are going on today, and hopefully making some slightly better informed decisions on how you live your life to be a better, healthier version of yourself. So hopefully you'll take a lot from the videos we've got coming, and it will help you guys really open up about certain topics that really kept secret the last few years.